And welcome back. In October, 20,000 runners took part in the Boston Marathon. One of our own neighbors crossed the finish line, but his road to getting there was anything but easy. Lindsay Buckingham reports.
Runners, no challenges. Because in their weakest moments on the course, their strength takes over.
I ran a few races, some half marathons, and just kind of got the bug.
That was nearly 10 years ago. 50-year-old Brad Way didn't just catch the bug. He was after the ultimate challenge.
Then kind of made a goal to get to Boston, which took about 3 or 4 years.
Brad qualified in 2020, but it was canceled amid the pandemic. This past March, he was ready to go for Boston.
I had gotten sick, and at the time I thought it could have been COVID, like everyone thinks these days. And over a period of a day, I had passed out several times.
At Cleveland Clinic's Avon Hospital,
they performed a CT scan and found the aneurysm.
Brad had an aortic root aneurysm, a potentially life-threatening condition.
And the size of his aortic root was quite substantial, definitely within the range of where dissection or aortic rupture can definitely occur.
Brad would have open heart surgery, but with so many unknowns on his mind.
The first several days was really rough for the family and just to digest what this would mean for the future.
And with the Boston Marathon just 5 months away, he wondered, could he do the unthinkable?
I asked, and as we compared expectations and notes, it looked like it was at least a possibility.
Cleveland Clinic sports cardiologist Dr. Tamana Singh is a runner herself and volunteers in the medical tent at Boston each year. She knew Brad could get there.
And I see myself as an advocate for my patient athletes, and that was the role I needed to play for him. And it's about getting to the start line healthy and getting to the finish line.
Slow and steady wins the race.
After I got home from surgery, I started walking quite a bit, and then after 6 weeks, I started running at a fairly slow pace.
A few months later, it was time. The ultimate challenge was here. Brad was ready.
The environment is, people are so enthusiastic about everyone running. No matter where you're from, what pace you run, everybody's cheering you on.
As he inched closer to the finish, faces he loved carried him home.
And so I had my niece, my sister, my son, and my wife.
What was that like, seeing their faces?
Sorry. It was great.
There was one more face Brad needed to see.
There was a lot of volunteers in the med tent, and the person was very nice, but said it was not that easy to locate professionals. And I basically said I had heart surgery 5 months ago, and she's my cardiologist. And with that, he said, let me see what I can do.
An unforgettable thank you.
It was amazing. I mean, just to thank her for her support.
I'm grateful to Brad for what he's taught me. I don't need anything from Brad. For me as a physician, it's incredibly inspiring to see my patients pull through.
In the greatest challenge of Brad's life, running pulled him through. Lindsay Buckingham, 3 News.
And how is this for impressive? Brad crossed the finish line in 4 hours and 45 minutes, just 5 months after having open heart surgery. He says he's got more marathons on his mind for next year. You go, Brad.